Hi, I'm Erica, a mom, wife, and caregiver. I have been through the highs and lows of having a child with a medically complex background and special needs, all caused by epilepsy. I'm here to let you know you're not alone. There are so many resources out there, and that you too can and will come out on the other side stronger and more resilient than you ever imagined. It's not always easy, but I'm here for you. Welcome to the Parenting Epilepsy and Special Needs podcast. Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I am so excited for spring. I am located in the Midwest, and I know depending on when you're listening to this, a lot of us have been getting tons of snow or ice or rain or sleet or whatever the winter weather has decided to bring. And I am just so ready for spring. I think I saw it's like 53 days or something like that. So, um, the other thing I saw that I found interesting was I think it's starting this week. The sun will be out until 5 o'clock p.m. So that's also a sign of hope and spring. All right. So, anyways, moving along. What I want to talk about today is sleep and sleep solutions. I don't know if you encounter this issue, but maybe if you're listening, you do. We, in our house, so our daughter has had epilepsy since she was a baby or an infant. She very rarely, until just recently, would sleep through the night. I mean, I'm talking, okay, so she's 12, and probably almost every single night since she was little, she would wake up in the middle of the night and she could walk prior to her hemispherectomy surgery. So she would either walk into our room and come wake me up and want to cuddle, or walk into one of her sister's rooms and try to wake them up. So, i- as I mentioned, so after her hemispherectomy, her seizures came back, unfortunately. And however, we did get some gains from that surgery. Um, and now, since she cannot walk, she's very smart and she finds ways to adapt, which is amazing. That's what we want. But she slides out of her bed. It's not very high. And then she will scoot. She's very strong on her right side. She will scoot her body into our master bedroom where my husband and I are. And then she'll come around to my side and wake me up, basically telling me she wants to cuddle with me. Um, so being the sucker that I am, I can't just scoop her into bed anymore because she's pretty tall. She's just under 5 feet tall. But luckily, she's pretty skinny. However, she does love to sleep in awkward positions. She loves to take up the whole bed. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who has ever dealt with a child that sleeps like this. So my husband and I are just like, oh my gosh, okay, we all need sleep. My husband sleeps a little bit harder, I think, than I do sometimes. So I definitely hear her. There are some nights where she would come in and he would not hear her. Um, so ever since I don't know if it's part of being a mom or what, pretty much ever since dealing with seizures, I don't sleep as hard as I used to. So recently, probably like the last few months, I mean, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I need sleep. Like, I've been doing this for like over a decade. Um, and I just, especially as I get older, I'm like, and just recovering and brain function and all these things that I think about, I'm like, I need to figure something out. So, and she needs sleep. Um, I mean, so she's functioning each day with half of a brain. So sleep is so crucial. She'll take naps sometimes after school or on the weekends, but bottom line, we all need sleep. So what have we done? Okay. So our youngest daughter with special needs that I've been talking about and epilepsy currently sleeps in her own bed most of the time. Her room is right next to our room. So it's easy for her to slide on in and come find me. Now, while I love cuddling with her, she's now 12 and is a tall kid. So getting her into my bed includes standing up and basically picking her up off the ground. And she helps me with this. There's a kind of like steps that we take. But you still have to remember that picture being awoken out of or awaken out of a deep sleep at, say, 3 or 4 in the morning, sometimes 2 a.m. And then all of a sudden you have to lift she's just a little over 100 pounds, a 100-pound child into your bed. I mean, yeah, it's it's not ideal. So on top of that, once I get her into bed, of course, she's happy as a clam to be with her mom and dad and her stuffed animals and all of that. She brings them with. But then I sometimes have trouble falling back asleep, which isn't good. Or if I do fall back asleep, I will sometimes wake up in a really awkward position because it's like I'm trying not to be on top of her. So my neck will hurt, my back will hurt. Like it's a mess. It leads to all these other issues. So it's like, "Oh, great. Okay, she got her sleep, but now mom's suffering." So again, I'm trying to think, what can we do to avoid this to keep her in her own bed? So I've gone through a couple of different solutions. I honestly feel like we've tried everything, and I was just starting to give up. I'm like, "Whatever. It is what it is. I'm just always going to be tired." Um, we've tried night lights, light music, stuffed animals that play music. I had her pick out her own bedding and thought maybe she would be excited about that. She loves unicorns, or did at the time when we got it. We had her room painted this beautiful, calm blue color. Blue is her favorite color. So we thought maybe that would keep her in her room. I got this nightlight. It's really cute. It hangs on the wall, and she absolutely loves the moon and stars. I kept that on as she would fall asleep, and then I turn it off because I cuddle with her on a nightly basis to kinda help calm her. And it worked for a few days, but not too long. But we've tried reading before bedtime to putting her in lighter pajamas so she's not so warm and keep her cool. We've tried melatonin. I mean, the list goes on, but nothing worked. She would still wake up and come find me. And I mean, on top of all of this, this is kind of what blows my mind just about how the body kind of adapts to different seizure medications is she's on seizure meds that make her sleepy, at least 2 that I can think of. But still, they'd help her fall asleep and then she'd still wake up. So, about a year ago, we went through a period where I personally and my husband, we were afraid to let her sleep on her own because, as I've talked about in past episodes, she had a pretty scary seizure that did not stop without her rescue medication. So, after about probably 2 months or so of having her sleep either near us or, we had different arrangements, I was like, "Okay, that's it. We got to figure out something else. This isn't going to work. We got to move on and figure out how we can all sleep, but yet be able to keep an eye on her." Well, I looked and did some research online and I found the SAMi alert camera. It's a sleep monitoring system that alerts parents if their child is having a seizure. So we purchased that. We installed it in her room. I'll probably talk about that and different technologies that have helped us on a different episode, but I did want to mention it. They're not a sponsor of this podcast. I'm all for helping other parents. Program the settings for the sleep alert system or the seizure alert system. And from there, Basically, long story short, is that I have an iPad near me that sets off an alarm if she has abrupt movement or has a seizure, which is helpful. We're able to sleep confidently now that we know that we will be woken up if she has a seizure. Um, but it also was waking me up if she would escape from her bed. So I'm like, okay, we still have to figure this out. What are we going to do? I started researching some additional options. And one of those things that I actually had been a little hesitant about was a weighted blanket. The way I kind of thought of this was I remember, so I was laying with her in her bed because, like I said, I lay with her in her bed kind of to just help her fall asleep. And then I escape slowly, and her bed is so loud as I try to escape. So, anyways, I thought, okay, she needs something that makes her feel secure because she falls asleep knowing that I'm right next to her. So I tried having like a little pillow, actually a bigger pillow next to her. That didn't work. She'd knock it off the bed or it didn't work. So that's again when I thought, okay, what if I try a weighted blanket? Maybe this will help her feel secure and stay asleep. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous since, as I mentioned, she has a hemiparalysis on her left side, which means she's paralyzed on her left side from the hemispherectomy brain surgery. So, of course, being the cautious mother that I am, thoughts came to my head like, oh my gosh, what if she can't get herself out from under the blanket and, whatever. I'm like, okay, wait, let's think about this. There's got to be a way we can maybe test it on a weekend while she's taking a nap, something like that, so that we can see that it would be a safe option for her. So I began looking online, of course, go to Amazon and researching and found that there are different weighted blankets and there's recommended weights for the weight of the child. It recommended a 10-pound blanket for her, but I decided to start with a 7-pound blanket. So she has a twin bed, which I think also is part of the problem. That's just me. My husband disagrees. But I really think in the near future we might need to get her a a full size bed because I also feel like she thinks she needs to feel like she's taking up a whole like this huge space. But anyways, we got the blanket and tested it during her nap. She was able to get it off of herself with her right arm and did not seem uncomfortable. So she slept. She slept great. I'm talking like, I think she napped for like 2 hours and didn't move, didn't get up, nothing. I was like, okay, all right, this is great. So we did it again that night and she slept through the night. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. This was, yeah, perfect. And quite honestly, I mean, we've had this blanket mm, almost a month. Mm, I think she's only come out of her bed in the middle of the night, maybe once. And that's usually if she has to go to the bathroom. So I really try hard to have her go to the bathroom before she goes to bed. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, but the bottom line is this worked and I feel better. I notice a difference in how she feels in the morning. She seems more alert, happier, and just more excited about the day. I mean, I wish someone gave me this idea earlier, but it is what it is. So that is that. So I wanted to be sure to share this because I get it. It's hard. And having a lack of sleep, like I'm the type of person I need at least like, I don't know, preferably at the least 6 hours, but I like 7 or 8 hours of sleep if I can. And I was not getting that. And it just messes with a lot of your different functions throughout the day. So I will share the link to the weighted blanket. Again, I bought it on Amazon. You don't have to get this exact blanket. This is just what I decided to purchase based on the reviews I read, but I highly, highly recommend. Test it out. I mean, see if it works for you and your child's situation and go from there. I'm sure there's many brands that will work just as well. There's tons of colors, there's patterns. I mean, it was quite overwhelming at first to shop, but I just picked her favorite color and I think I got like I want to say it was like 40 by 60. So it covers just her body. It doesn't cover her whole bed. So that could be another reason why she doesn't feel like as heavy. And then it's been very cold recently. So I do still put her comforter. Her comforter is very light. And I do put that on her as well. And she's been fine. She can move both of them off of her. Also, I will share the link to the SAMi sleep monitoring system as well. So that is all I have for today. As always, thank you for being here, for listening. I am so proud of you. I'm here for you. I know that you are doing your best with everything that you have on your plate. Until next time, stay strong, believe in yourself. You are an amazing mom, and your child is lucky to have you. Please share this episode with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to write a review. It would mean the world to me. It helps get this show out to others who need it. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at parenting epilepsy _special needs. We'll see you soon.